Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're having a great time. My name is Dragon, and today we will be playing some more Minecraft and Stream Raiders on the side. So why don't we go ahead and jump right into Stream Raiders, which the event for the Poltergeist has now ended, and as it says, your final tier was 35, so without any of you, that wouldn't have been possible, of course, so thanks everyone who has been participating in that. And then it says any uncollected rewards were automatically collected. Cool, okay. Well, is there any reason to like keep playing? Because they undoubtedly have a new event going, right? We should probably have done that green one. Crap. No, wait, that would have been loyalty tokens. Those probably wouldn't have mattered. Can you still, Okay, so they just, like, straight up delete your candy, not even giving you, like, a couple days to claim stuff. Apart from the quests and stuff. Okay, that kind of sucks. For anyone that might not have collected, like, the rewards for the candy, so... Good thing I did that. So does that mean we're back to... Wait, this is the... Isn't this the Portals themed stuff? It looks like it. But there's no ongoing event right now, I suppose. So it's just like... They're just using the assets from that event. Okay, there's no blue chests or anything special either, so... Huh. I suppose that makes sense. If there's no event going on, then which skins would they give you? So that means the goal here is just to get to the boss as quick as possible and get as many down as you can, which means we want to just take the shortest path. So that would be like going up here, down, up, down, and then yeah, you can go like straight across anyway. Well, let's just take the bottom here. Actually, what's this portal about? Sitting full of night. Okay, so just... Huh. Well, there is still the problem of the types of chests that you can get, though. But it doesn't seem like it actually really matters. Though we would need to go for the middle. Yeah, let's just get this started, eh? For a bronze chest, and because it's the first fight of the day, I would be putting down a either the Templar or the... Actually, which one is stronger at this point? Is the Warby stronger than this one? So this is 270 hit points. So it's got more hit points and does more damage. Huh. Bonus damage versus armored compared to damage boost to nearby allies. So the Templar is actually better than my War Beast because it's like twice as high in level. By the sound of it anyway. So we'll just put down the Templar and then you guys can chip in. And knowing my luck, because time of day and time zones and all that, all the Americans are sleeping at the moment. Or just being very, very tired. That usually happens. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for Stream Raiders for now. Let's get into some mining and crafting. Now, we did have an issue on the server regarding some biome IDs. Oh, whoops. Which has been resolved. We have fixed the situation with the biome IDs as much as we possibly could. Because it was the question of whether or not we wanted to fix the biomes that had already been generated so that they would be the correct IDs, and then forward going all the other new biomes that would spawn or world that would generate would still be seamless when connected up to like the stuff that had already been generated. So we could either do that, like fix those pre-existing biome IDs and any future generated biomes, but in doing so, if anyone had coincidentally gone and explored a whole bunch in between the, what do you call it, the modpack update, those biomes obviously would then have their IDs balked if we fixed this, right? Because what had essentially happened was that all the IDs had shifted into down like a couple steps in the list. So if you imagine like a long list of numbers, and those are all the IDs for the mods, and then like you in the top you have the vanilla Minecraft biomes, right? Stuff like deserts and oceans and all and rivers and such, and that's why the rivers and oceans were generating just like they usually would, which is why I didn't pick up on this issue to begin with. But then after that comes all the modded stuff. So what it had done was that we had like several hundreds of biomes from Biomes of Plenty and Biomes Shall Go, and then we added some new biomes to the end and the Nether, which I assumed wouldn't be a problem. But what it actually did was it took those biomes and injected them into the list at seemingly very random positions. Which means that out of like several hundred biomes, all of a sudden number 60, instead of being like a forest or whatever it would now be like some kind of end biome, which means that any of that particular forest in the overworld, if it had generated, would now be a nether biome or whatever. And all the other biomes down the list would have their ID shifted by 1, meaning that every single biome that had generated was all of a sudden appearing as something that it was not. You might actually be able to see some of that shenanigan leftovers on my map, because the map only updates when you go close enough. So right here we have a large grasslands plateau biome, as you can see, right? And that had shifted into an ebony woods biome, which at first glance, okay, you know, the landmass stays the same, nothing that's generated gets broken that way. But it messes up temperature in the region, it messes up environmental effects like skybox color, grass color, and a bunch of other things like which mobs spawn and so forth, water color. But it's mostly the one with the mobs spawning that was an issue, because Hamp here had built in this ancient forest and and what's the other one again? Because there's like 2 here. But there should be 2. Yeah. Yeah, glowing ancient forest and ancient forest. And you can actually still see the effect here. So some of that, the glowing ancient forest had been changed into a poise forest, which is a biome that's supposed to only appear in the end. And I went there, and just as my fear and suspicion had been, those biomes were now generating end-related enemies that shouldn't be in the overworld to begin with. So the call was either to try and fix all of this stuff, that plus some more that the Amopik has explored as well, and basically revert all this back to normal, and then not have that issue moving forward, because any new generated terrain will be okay as well. Or stick with what we had and just deal with the fact that all the biomes that had already been generated would be balked in terms of their ID, and as such, all those characteristics for the biomes would be all over the place. And we decided to try and fix what was already there, because my reasoning is that we had explored so much terrain that would make up way more than whatever little terrain some new people who had come in afterwards had explored, most likely. Right? And even if that were the case, then they could decide whether or not they wanted to move, because they weren't as established as we've become over here. Right? That is genuinely just like part of it too, and important to consider. So that's basically the lowdown of all that stuff which happened. But we found a mod that basically locks the biome IDs in place. So we loaded up like a previous backup version of the server with the world and everything, and made it generate that list so they could be locked in before everything got balked. And then we took that list onto the like current version of the map save and everything, and then just booted up the server again, and then it added the IDs for those biomes at the bottom of the list instead of injecting them all along. So that has all been fixed now. And that also meant that we had to delete the End and the Nether for obvious reasons, because their biome IDs would have been completely fucked too. Even if we haven't been to the End, I decided that, okay, you know, we should delete it if it exists for some reason. But yeah, that's all pretty good now. So that means there shouldn't be anything moving forward that should completely break the server. I mean, it didn't really break the server either to begin with. Like, we could have played just fine with it and just dealt with the fact that some biomes would maybe spawn like some peculiar enemies that normally you couldn't see in the overworld. But yeah, another thing that's been going on is that yesterday I decided to have my go at the Create mod. Here we go. So we now have our ore processing facility, which you just chug your raw ore in that box. It gets crushed. Then it goes into a buffer here. And then it goes from there into this washing facility. So this fan blowing down on that water with the ore in it will wash the ore. Have I fucked this? No, that's okay. And then those nuggets get put into this buffer as well before being shipped off. And a little fun feature is that there's like this extra extraction point here, because sometimes you do get stone as like a byproduct too, like cobblestone, which obviously needs to be emptied out of the system, otherwise eventually it fills up, even though that would take like an eternity. But yeah, it jumps off the belt and onto this other one. That was completely by accident too, because I originally wanted to just connect it up directly, but yeah, now that I even look at it, that wouldn't even have been possible, because I can't make like a 1 block wide conveyor belt here, so I would have had to move everything back 1 block if that's something I wanted to do. But yeah, so the cobblestone comes up this belt and then whoop, jumps onto the other one. While in the air though, you can pick it up, so that's why I had to build this staircase that goes underneath. But as soon as it lands on the belt, it becomes like stuck again. And it's like stuck real good, based off some observations I've made when building the damn contraption in the first place. Because some of the belts and stuff would, like the things that I would break apart when rebuilding and moving stuff around would like land on some of these belts that just move power around and then get stuck indefinitely trying to be thrown off, but then land back on the belt over and over again. We also have a hammering machine for making metal plates again. And then this thing over here, which is for making alloys. So we can make bronze by putting crushed copper and crushed nickel in both these chests or barrels respectively. And then they get mixed together, which is fueled by this blaze burner on the bottom, which doesn't seem like this is working. Wait, so you can't just, do you have to manually feed the blaze? Hold on. I mean, you can do that, but I would rather have it be automatic. Oh, I think I know what I need to do. Deployers of mechanical arms, that's... Oh, yeah. So a deployer. That's that hand thingy, right? Yep. Which requires a brass hand. Okay. Yeah, so this whole thing doesn't work. That's okay though. Oh, now I know why the fucking game is so silent. I forgot when I start the stream. Oh, there we go. I decided to mute the game audio so that it wouldn't interfere with anything. But yeah, this is like a mess. A lot of this could be simplified greatly now that I have this machinery up and running. Especially like this pod, this whole fucking contraption. Because it's like using a combination of gears and belts to move the rotational force in the right position and also going in the right way and stuff. Because like getting started with Create is really tricky because you don't have access to all the more advanced things, but then once you do get it started, it becomes a little bit easier. Like this thing, this gearbox here, can literally replace those 4 gears into just one block. Just as one example. So it's taking a little bit of getting used to, because these Create contraptions work very differently from like regular pipe systems from other mods. And also slightly different than in like Redstone, but also surprisingly, like there's a lot of stuff in terms of how you work with Redstone that's applicable here, right? Because the belts can only go like straight or diagonally up and down, so if you want to move stuff around in another way, either it has to fly through the air or you have to use some other contraption, which is possible, but you know. Now, another thing is that we've sort of gotten to a point where everything is like fairly neatly sorted out in the system. And we have our barrel system for anything else that's like used for construction tasks and all that stuff. So we're sitting pretty good in terms of all that. And on top of that, we've also gotten some more stone in our stockpile supply. So I have some stuff to work with when I want to start building the village. Which is still like a thing I want to do, but it's just, you know, work in progress. Oh yeah, and the elevator unfortunately right now is out of commission because Amopika had to, he's not home for a little while. Doing some other stuff, unable to play. And as a result, the elevator was working, but we were trying to like upgrade it with more features. Basically feature creep. Which is okay. But it does mean that he's dealing with some pretty, what do you call it, like advanced features at this stage. Trying to figure out how to add stuff like a more sensible way of, what's it called? So basically we have this door here, which is gonna open when the elevator is up. Like it's gonna be open up whenever the elevator arrives up, but not before the elevator actually stops. And then when the elevator starts, the door needs to close first before the elevator starts going. Now he did have the door working, but it would like start closing up as soon as you press the button, and at the same time the elevator would immediately start going down, so it didn't wait for the door to be closed. So not like the safest elevator door, because now not only could you like fall off the elevator, but you could also get crushed in the door that's supposed to protect you. Which is not nice at all. Okay. Well, since we're working with Create, there, I named this this backpack for Dragons Create, so that I have like a place for putting all this stuff. But yeah, this should just slowly but surely make a bunch of plates. Wait, I wonder, can you make multiple plates at a time? Hold on. I have to test this. Yeah, that's what I mean, like items getting grabbed by the belts and then being like transported in places that are a bit out of my control. Ah, okay. So you can move stacks across, but it can only like stamp one thing at a time regardless, so it's not really like it makes much of a difference, but it might be more performance friendly for the server. I don't know though. Anyway, that should give us the brass sheets. Should also really make a bunch of this andesite alloy, especially now that we have 1 billion nuggets to work with. Because that was the main reason why I went in and did that, is because we had started running out of iron. But look at this, we have 473 iron blocks now. More than enough. Let's make a bunch of this andesite alloy. Guess I don't even need to go over there, you can just make it in your inventory. There we go. Okay, let's make some brass hands. Because we might as well make multiple deployers at the same time. Just so that I don't have to go back and make more later, because these are going to be very universally useful, I guess. Oh yeah, so this thing, you need sandpaper. Paper and sand. Which, we're running out of sand. That's another to-do thing as well. Maybe something we should do today. Which is all underway. Like, I have started working on something so that we can go and grab sand much more conveniently. But, it's not quite there yet. Yeah, it's like you gotta put the rose quartz in your offhand and then you just gotta hold down right click. And you do like, what is it? 8? Yeah, I think it's 8 polished rose quartz per thing. So to automate this process, I guess you would need a factory that both makes sandpaper and the rose quartz out of redstone, dust, and nether quartz. And then takes those resources and then polishes this rose quartz. Which also, the machinery that is in that back room is all temporary. Because I just needed something that worked, and I'm by no means satisfied with it or happy with it, other than the fact that I made it work to some degree. With a little bit of flexibility, but in terms of an actual factory, that's gonna all be built on the surface, and then we're gonna move stuff around with like conveyors and such, which also is something that I need to figure out how we can do the most clever way at some point. Because Create is a little bit limited in terms of how that works. It's not like you can just chuck a vertical pipe in there and then you're good to go, and then just put out filters to wherever things need to be transported. Kind of have to like use these brass funnels and then conveyor belts and possibly fans to like lift it up through the use of like a gust of air or whatever. Is sort of the idea. Moving stuff down is going to be easy enough because that's just using a belt to put it into like a funnel that goes all the way down. But moving stuff up is a little bit more difficult. So yeah, the idea is to move stuff, like extract it out of the back wall in that room that we have out there with the machinery, or maybe even on the opposite side, that's also possible. and then just have like whatever machinery contraption we need to get it lifted up, and then have the actual factories up on the surface. So, because what's cool about having a factory if it's all underground, right? Okay, so we need cog wheels now, which I should have a bunch in here. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. How do we do this thing again? So you just... okay. You can probably extend these with the shafts too, now that I think about it. You can make these things, piston extension poles. That's probably used to extend the range of these things too. I see. Well, that shouldn't be necessary though. I need some kind of building block. But yeah, the factory was basically designed with the idea that it didn't have to be perfect and super efficient or fast. Because eventually it's like... I mean, the crushing part is really fast, but it's the washing process that takes a lot of time. But we also had like a crap ton of ore build up, so... something we might not have like a need for... to account for in the future, right? So I guess something like this, and then we need to like insert some stuff in there too. Oh, I can probably just, yeah. Not what I want. That's what I want. Let's get the belts out. And this is why I have like a dedicated bag for this stuff. If we do this... Nah, that won't work. Crap. We might be able to do this though. Yeah, this should work. Let's just use regular andesite funnels with this. I assume this is how this is supposed to work. Let's just have some test coal here. Whoop. Yes, nice. Okay. And should have like a gearbox, but we don't want a vertical this time. We want one of the other ones, this one. Bloop. Okay. Well, that works. So now we just need to put down a barrel or something, really. Like, I know it's way overkill using diamond barrels for this, but whatever. So if we do this... Oh, shit. That should work. No? Hello? Why does that not work? Ah, crap. Okay. Well, we can also use a different approach, I suppose. It's a bit overkill using a smart chute for it, though. Andesite and iron sheets. Have some iron sheets. Okay, so this should work as well, right? Bloop. I wonder if there's a limit on how much coal that thing, like... There's just like a finger poking the freaking blaze non-stop. Interesting. We would probably make that much more intelligent by putting like some logic in there. Now, the thing I don't know is if the blaze like eats coal and then after a certain amount of time it just like it's a never stopping furnace. Like, is there a limit to how much coal I can chuck in there? Because it doesn't look like it. It doesn't make the sound anymore, which tells me that it's probably clever enough to not overfill the thing. Yeah. Well, Blaze, you're probably happy as can be. Whatever the case, it's not like we don't have a billion coal anyway, so it's just nice to be able to automate the whole fueling process so you can just like put a stack of coal in there and then leave it, pretty much. Okay, that was all we needed to do there, I believe. So we can put this back in storage. Oh yeah, and these shelves here are just for our overflow system. So that means if something gets put into the system that doesn't have like a rightful place in the sorted shelves over here because all these are locked, it will automatically be put into either of these, which every single one of these has like an emerald upgrade. So for instance, if we're not storing crushed ore anywhere and it for some reason gets put into the system, we can see it over there and we can take it out. So nothing gets cluttered, and then we can decide if there's any warrant for like if it's warranted to like make a dedicated shelf for it. Yeah, 3 units. We've got a flag bearer and a rogue. Okay, let's see if this is gonna work. I doubt it, but we can try. I mean, they are level 1, so it's possible that this might go okay. Of course, the aura for the template doesn't really matter because we don't really have many units, I guess. But still, he was probably the best choice I could have put down. Yep, not enough. Even though these guys are level 1, huh? Rip. Well, we'll keep playing and give it another go. Okay, what about some of these units? Because the monk's like very low on hit points. Barbarian does a lot of damage, but all that's relative, I suppose. And then there's the Berserker. Yeah, I'll try and put down a War Beast. I mean, why not? Because of course we just want to get this ball rolling so that people are more enticed to come and join us. Right, did I minimize? It's like I gotta be considerate about which programs I have maximized and minimized. Because like, the less stuff I have maximized or running in the background, the better the game runs for me when I'm streaming. Because yes, I can definitely feel like even the smallest of what do you call it, like performance loss from that. or gain rather, performance gain from disabling or closing down programs that I don't really need. Like the Curse Forge launcher, for instance, that was running in the background. Now, we're not short on diamonds either. It's a little bit hard to tell, but I think it says... yeah, 451. I've been out mining, let's just put it that way. So before we leave, might as well repair all the gear. Which I recently changed the enchantment color of. Because we managed to find some corundum. You can use that to make these runes that just allow you to change the color of the enchantment glow of your things, which is kind of cool. Bloop. Okey-dokes. Yep, we're pretty much good on everything that we need. Oh yeah, that's also why. So I was making a railway and I ran out of iron, which is also why I wanted to get that whole thing going. Because I didn't really want to just smelt all the iron ore we'd accumulated, because that felt like a bit of a waste. Which meant that the logical conclusion was to just try and make some new machinery to do all the things. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot of rail still. Do have a good amount of powered ones though, so I'm not too worried about that. And of course, when you're making rails, your iron just disappears into... or just disappears really, really quickly. There we go, that should be a good amount of rails. How about the stone? Because we're using deep slate for a middle path in between the rails. And then some soapstone for the blocks underneath the rails themselves. At some point I do want to try and make a create contraption that allows you to just have it run and place all the rails automatically, but for the time being we're kind of just stuck with this though, doing it manually. Now we're headed west though, which there's a massive desert area over here, and I want to exploit that so that we can get some glass and what else you need sand for. But it's pretty far away, and I decided that instead of doing the nether highway situation, we've got like an underground railway system all the way, or most of the way there at the moment at least anyway. So the idea is to make it completely into the desert so that we can go back and forth no problem. Oh shit, I need to get off here. And then I also need to figure out a convenient way to like switch these rails around, because we do have the opportunity to make some rails that allow you to actually do that, but that's for another project. Right now I just want to have the railway go there so we can actually acquire sand quite easily. Now we could also have sailed across, which would have probably been way faster than trying to make this railway. But I do like the idea of just being able to sit down and just wait. So yeah, that junction goes north as well, back to spawn, all the way. And at the end of the railway, there's a little shelter up there, which allows people to get like a head start or whatever, so that you don't get completely screwed over at the spawn. There's also like a dispenser for minecarts, so that you can make use of the railway if you want to do that as well. Mostly there so that if you want to like travel far away, because this is an island with like an associated bayou over here. If you wanted to get to like the mainland fairly easily, then you could. Because even going north, you know, it's still just islands mostly. Hey Storm, welcome to the chat. Where did you arrive from? Like, how did you arrive to the stream? Hope you're having a good day. We're just cruising on this minecart here. Still a while to go. Though at this stage it does start going diagonally. And just click, alright. Well, it's mostly because... Well, the reason why I'm asking is some people find it through like YouTube, some people find it through like recommendeds on Twitch and so forth, so I'm just curious where people are coming from on occasion. But yeah, how are you doing? What are you up to today? And this is about where it ends. Finally got Java today, okay. Oh, whoa, hold on. No shenanigans today. So I take it you've been playing Bedrock, I suppose? So that means you can finally do like, not modded per se, but like, because you can have mods on Bedrock too, but Bedrock for 3 years, holy crap. Thanks for the follow there, Mon TV. I'm on TV? I'm on? I'll do I'm on. Bedrock is really good though. It does have its, like there's a pro and con to both Java and Bedrock. But yeah, I've been playing Minecraft myself since what was called in dev. From back when creative mode was the only thing that you could actually do even. So I've pretty much seen the game grow all the way from its very early days, before it got popularized even. So I'm a little bit of a Minecraft hipster, I suppose. It's like in the old days of that, oh my god, they made like, now you can go in dev, which doesn't just constrict you to a very small couple of chunks basically. Start playing it on 360 and you still play. Yeah, okay. I can, so that, did you get, yeah, so if you, since you got Java, that means you're on PC now. Isn't it like super difficult to play it on console though? I mean, I can only imagine. Because I've played like Terraria, I tried playing that on my Switch just to see what it was like. And holy hell, though it works, it's not a super pleasant experience. When you go pro, you can't go back. I suppose. Though again, there are some benefits to Bedrock though. The main thing about Bedrock being that it's made in a different programming language. So stuff like chunk loading is absolutely superior on the Bedrock version of Minecraft. Like there's not even up for debate. That is one of the main reasons why or actually the only reason why I would, if I were to pick sides, that I would choose Bedrock. But I mean, mods, community created mods, and just all the other stuff that comes with Java is way superior. Like, if I also understood it correctly, you also have to actually purchase skins for your character on Bedrock, which seems kind of weird. But that's probably just Microsoft. No, you don't? Okay. I mean, you don't have to, but if you wanted other skins, can you like make your own though? Skindex. Oh, okay. Then I guess the people that were complaining about the skin situation for Bedrock can be corrected, I suppose. Because that was actually my understanding too. Though I was also a little bit confused when I heard people say like, oh, you have to buy the skins for Bedrock. Or to be able to get skins for Bedrock. Because I also seem to remember that I had my own skin on Bedrock. Because I do own both. We had like a brief period where we switched to the Bedrock version because it just ran better than regular Minecraft. Or Java, I suppose. So, for sure, if you're playing vanilla, you should always consider playing... Ow! Consider playing the Bedrock version. Are stupid. I wouldn't go so much as to say are stupid. They're just uneducated on the subject matter. Because everyone on the PC will probably just be playing Java for the main part anyway. Yeah, they don't have shaders, but I mean, though you can have shaders for Java, it's not really like it works all that well. And I thought you could get shaders for Bedrock. Cause wasn't that the whole thing? Like Nvidia made like shaders for Bedrock specifically with ray trace lighting and all that stuff? Or is that just a thing that's like in development and I don't know anything? Because that could very well be the reason. Oh, you could. Okay. I hear slime on the other side of this wall somewhere. Oh, but not anymore. What? Really? Okay, what's that about? Do enlighten me, because that's kind of curious to me. Sounds like a weird thing to like do it as a temporary thing and then not follow up on it. By the way, Storm, do you play Stream Raiders? Because I do have Stream Raiders running as well. Why did my command not work? What the hell, Stream Raiders? Or Streamlabs, I suppose. Sistra did place a unit, but why does... No, you don't. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it's just like something I offer people when they're in here. There's usually like a good chunk of viewers that do enjoy Stream Raiders. I don't know why I'm scared of creepers still. Why does that command not work? Do the other commands not work either? Oh my god, is the cloud bot down? What the hell? Okay, I'll just have to check this for a quick second. That is peculiar.
Submit!
Ah, thanks for the follow. Let's try and retoggle the bot. There we go. Don't know what was up with the bot, but seems like toggling it worked. Yeah, there's also a Discord. This is actually a community server too. So the rule is pretty simple. If you watch the stream for a total of 10 hours, or as a minimum of 10 hours, then, and are part of the Discord, of course, we've made the decision that you can join in that way. So there's like no fee or anything involved, it's just dedication, so people can do like ! watch time and then figure out how many hours that is. But yeah, it's a custom modded modpack too, running on Java, as you can probably imagine. I mean, otherwise how would you do the modded stuff? And it's centered around a handful of mods and then extended with like some world generation, some creative build blocks and structures that you can make, some expansions to vanilla systems like villagers, and some redstone stuff and other utilities. But mostly it's all about this create mod that allows you to basically make factory-like contraptions and stuff. Because we basically played a mod pack at some point which included the create mod, but we didn't really get around to mess around with the create mod itself that much because it was vastly inferior to the alternative things that you could put in or use. They like pipes and all that stuff for machinery. So we decided that, okay, if we want to promote the use of the create mod, we might as well just make our own mod pack for it. And we did. So, oh yeah, that reminds me, there should be a new one. There we go. So there's that mod pack now that we've made, which is publicly available. So even if you don't want to be on the server because multiplayer or whatever reasons you might have, or you don't have enough watch time, you can still give it a go if you want to. Test it out. And since it's with the CurseForge, installing it is fairly straightforward actually. Ah, I forgot to bring my drawer along. Crap. Should be fine. This means that we'll have to go home sooner than I had hoped. So you say you just got the Java edition of Minecraft. Are you gonna continue playing vanilla, or you're gonna jump straight into modded stuff? There we go. Should be longer than this. Because we can't really build powered rails diagonally across. At least I'm pretty sure it wasn't modded so that you could. No. So we're still bound by regular Minecraft stuff for that. Very well. Yeah, that seems like a good stretch. Put down the rails and then... So I basically build it diagonally and then a straight line for these powered rails so that we can get another push and then make it even further. Because it was either make it this diagonally across or make it all the way over here and then down. So, because I hadn't really built a rail like this in quite a while, I decided, let's try and make it the diagonal, like, sort of segment to this rail, because it would be faster in the long run when you're riding the rail. But definitely does take a while longer to actually build the damn thing. Because you need to mine more blocks, you need to put down, I guess, more rails, theoretically. And the same with more blocks underneath, I suppose. That's okay though. Because you also need to have like a block's worth of air out on the edges, I found, because otherwise the minecart gets stuck. Which is something I originally didn't quite account for. Now there is still some lava up there, it seems. Diamonds! Wow! Yeah, so we build it up to here and then... Hello. Okay, I guess we'll just have to, yeah, build this up first. Well, as usual in the beginning of my streams, my throat's doing a trick on me, making my nose congested, and I have a tendency to sneeze. That's okay though. It's all natural, I suppose. Probably just because I'm drinking a cold beverage and talking like way too much. But yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of a quiet stream today, just like it was yesterday. Most of the people that play on the server, they're like, what do you call it? Time zone makes it so that they're not necessarily online at this point in the day. And by the time I stop streaming, that's usually when they start showing up. Or have a chance to start showing up even. But yeah, we'll see how much I get to do today, because I also have another thing on the agenda. We need to make like a spawn, because someone's getting like stuck around spawn and it's not good when that happens. They're basically spawning inside a tree. Or not inside, but on top of a tree. But if I understood what he was saying correctly, he couldn't really go anywhere because the leaf structure of that set tree were blocking him in, so he couldn't get anywhere because it's spawn. He can't break the blocks to begin with either, meaning that he's just like perma stuck until someone fixes up spawn, I suppose. I have no idea how that happened either. The only thing I can think of is that either myself, which is highly unlikely, or someone else who has the power to, or actually maybe anyone could have done it, but basically someone might have grown a tree, and that tree grew over into the area where you spawn. And because it happened that way, those leaves that are now in and logs and stuff that are now in spawn cannot be destroyed by the same players that might even have planted the tree in the beginning. So that leaves you with like a tree that has now grown over on top of spawn, and people start spawning in that tree instead of on the ground. So we'll probably go there and make something to prevent that from happening in the future. Maybe build spawn like higher up so that even if someone did grow a tree, it wouldn't grow into that structure. I don't know if you can really truly mitigate that issue, but we can try. And the reason why I'm saying I don't know if we can truly mitigate the issue is because, well, some of the trees in these modded trees in here, they get pretty tall. To the point where I don't know if you can, like, truly make it, consider all the different tree sizes and all that stuff. Okay, get me some torch wood here. Oh, we also need some coal. So yeah, though I am replacing the terrain underneath where the rails are being put down, I am not gonna spend my time also like replacing all the walls everywhere. That would just take forever. Though you could do it, it would definitely take a while. Okay, that should be it. I just need to dig this tunnel out. Fortunately, we do have this extra backpack, so I can just chuck some of the rail-related things in there. Having a hammer enabling you to dig like a 3x3 is also very useful. But we could actually simplify the process if I took the time to figure out how to do it with Create. Oh my god, he lied to me. Someone said that they wouldn't be back on the server until Monday, and now they're here today. Probably just have some extra time, I suppose. Okay, let's check out Stream Raider, see if we can get past this first map. I know Sistra put down an epic unit, so it should be okay this time. Oh, he's got like an hour or two. Sister in here with her like trademark epic vampire there. Lilith. If I remember correctly, that is. Now, we did already lose the first match, but it doesn't seem like there's significantly less enemies here, though. So we'll try and do like a defensive buff and see how that goes. Yeah, that epic vampire is gonna make a difference because that lifesteal is just so fucking ridiculously strong. Unstoppable. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. First try every time. So for king gets 10 coins, and sister you get 20 coins. Nothing too crazy, but we'll be off to the next one. And it was something along this line. So we're gonna go for the shortest route to the boss so that we can get to it faster for the really good rewards, since there's no skin chests and all that stuff involved. I could put down a musketeer. So if we put ourselves down in the corner here or something, it might work out a little bit better than putting ourselves in the center. Usually does. There we go. Then back to Minecraft. Ah, crap. Dicky hole. Okay, we need to make it a little bit longer than this, I guess. Yeah, this is where we're getting all why we had so many materials in the first place. Because I keep digging these ridiculously long tunnels, and as a result, I bring home all the bacon, basically. Now imagine what it would be like if we had an automated drilling machine that would also lay down its own tracks. Now that would be really strong. Only thing that sucks is that all this sink ore does not get turned into raw ore like everything else. Freaking darkness. As expected, we're very quickly running out of space here. Okay, maybe a little bit longer than this. So we're under allium fields, really. Okay, so this biome has been a little bit screwed over by the biome ID changes. That's kind of interesting though. So it's supposed to be Red Rock Mountains, all of it. But it's like around here, it seems that it started generating another Red Rock Mountain biome coincidentally in the exact same spot. And since the rivers and oceans weren't affected by that thing that happened, it's just sort of like it's almost impossible to notice unless you notice these square edges and you see it up on the surface. Interesting. As long as it's not another biome or an end biome though, it's not really a big deal, but that can happen. Oh shit. Stupid silverfish. Oh, another one. Okay, so if I make 2 to 3 more segments like this, then we can make like an access point up into the desert and we should be good. You could already do that. I mean, we're pretty close now. After all, it's mainly just because there's so much water in between. But if we were to trace like some lines from where we're living, the other alternative would have been to dig a tunnel or something through this landmass here. And then just follow this river, maybe also cut that off and then just follow the river through, and then it's almost a straight line across. But again, railways are a little bit cooler, aren't they? Okay, now we also need some soapstone, because if I don't mine that periodically, I will just run out eventually. And that is used for the railway after all, so... Chop chop. What? Oh. No, I'm not throwing cobble out. No. Yeah, I guess my screen was minimized when you wrote that. No. I am not. I am throwing cobble around though, but I'm not throwing it out. Yep. I did that accidentally and I was like, you know what, this is actually pretty fun. Let's just dig a stairway underneath and then have it land on the belt that way. And like looking at it today, I realized that there wasn't really... Yeah, but it's just being put back in the system, right? We don't really need to wash it. It just gives us more building blocks. But yeah, I did that by accident, and today I realized there probably wasn't really many other ways I could have done that, because the space there is a little bit too cramped. It's more iron. Have you seen how much iron we have now? I mean, the only reason why we ran out is because I wanted to build this stupid ass long railway. No, but it's more iron. Yes. Should work just fine. Can't remember, it's like a tag that it uses, I think. But yeah, I don't know if that tag works with literally everything. I know it does for the nuggets though. It can handle any nugget type, as long as it's a nugget, pretty much. So it doesn't matter if it's zinc, gold, copper, iron. It should all pass through just fine. But yeah, I don't know about the stone. But that's no big deal, like, it's just a matter of taking the filter out and adjusting it so that it does, I guess. Nope, I mean, you don't really need to. Which I admit is a little bit cheaty, but I honestly just wanted to be able to get some iron again without wasting a bunch, so I would probably put a stomping machine in just for the heck of it anyway, when we're making the actual thing. Because that's the thing about the compressing store. Yeah, I imagined. But yeah, it's like, it's because of the compressing drawers, they allow you to do it that way, so. But if you put nuggets in through the system, it just gets put in the same compressing drawer as all the other 3 stages of iron if you want, for instance. I mean, our current plate stomper can also do stacks at a time, but it only presses it down, like makes 1 plate at a time though. So it moves like a stack across the belt, but the actual like processing action still only processes 1 item at a time. So well, it might just be a side effect of that particular machine making plates rather than blocks or whatever. What do you mean maybe it was plates? I mean, obviously if you're sending in nuggets to form into a cube, then of course you're gonna do basically an entire stack. Can I join? Hey Yoshi. The rules for joining the community server are pretty straightforward. You need to have watched the stream for 10 hours. And you need to be on the Discord. Because it is a whitelisted server. So though we do open it up for people, yeah. We do have that rule in place to avoid like, you know, just about everyone joining in. So it doesn't get like overwhelming and stuff. Hey Wizard Gamer, welcome back. How you doing today? Because it is like a community server, but it is a dedicated server, but it's privately hosted, so don't want to like overburden the server pretty much. Hope you understand. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that I have a exclamation point watch time command for people to like figure out how many hours they've watched, basically. So yeah, you need to have been watching the stream for like a total of 10 hours, and you need to be part of the Discord, because that's where the actual server information is going to be shared. So, so yeah, you've got a little bit of time ahead of you, but you know, the time passes pretty quickly when you're having fun, so. Yeah, that's unfortunate, and I don't have like because it's not my server, I didn't think it fair to do what other people do, which is like, oh, say, oh, you need to subscribe and stuff like that, also because you can't really do it anyway, because because I don't want to monetize off a friend's server. That would be kind of weird. That's like the rules though, because it's also not specifically like it's not my server. I'm just part in managing it. Yeah, it doesn't work if you're on YouTube though. That's like the only thing. But we can figure something out, Wizard Gamer. We can still get like an estimate, because yesterday's stream was like what? Good amount of hours where you stuck around, so that was probably already the first 4 to 5 hours or something, right? Lol, ammo, lol. But you're doing fine, how about you? I'm doing okay today. Nothing too crazy. Did play after the stream as well. Made some create machinery and stuff. Right now we're making a tunnel down to this desert over here. Streamlabs has that feature. That is Streamlabs actually. Or what exactly you're talking about, Wizard Gamer? Watch time command is through Streamlabs. Or were you talking about like the monetization thing? Because I know some fellow YouTuber friends of mine, they have it like either you need to have been on the server for like, or sorry, watch the stream for like 10 hours total, or as a minimum, or you need to be subscribed to their channel. But again, like, I can't really justify doing that because it's not my server. I'm just, it's like, we wanted to do a create server and we wanted to open it up for the Discord community. And that's why we decided to, or agreed upon doing it through the 10-hour watch time thing. So a lot of other streamers use Streamlabs for YouTube. Well, I don't know exactly how that works. So the watch time command is inherently Twitch based, actually. Let me just show you. So if I go under commands here, because I had to make this specifically for the case, so it does an @user.name has watched the stream for user.time hours, and those variables you can find in here. So those specifically being Twitch specific variables. So of course that's to user.name, and pretty sure it's in here somewhere. Could also be full of shit and it's not listed in here. It doesn't actually show here. Hold on then. Oh, user.time. There it is. Oh, so that is actually like a just for custom commands. Oh, okay. So what I actually need to do is figure out how to add the CloudBot to YouTube, just by the looks of it. All right. I haven't really worked too much on my YouTube channel for the streaming part because no one's really been using it, so it's kind of just been on the back burner. But maybe I just need to go to YouTube and like moderate it, and that would literally be it. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder where that is at. Trying to stay awake for 24. Oh god, so that is that whew, is that why you were up last night that late? Let me switch over to my streaming account. Because obviously you guys watching on YouTube need to be able to do the things that, at least as much as possible, that's also possible on Twitch. So let's try and say mod Streamlabs. Does that work? Unless it's like a different command for YouTube. It's definitely not /mod, because then it wouldn't show up like that.
Your gods will not save
Good morning. Will they not? I don't know. How are you doing, iPeak? That's the owner of the server, by the way. So he's the person you actually need to convince if you want to play on the server, as a matter of fact. Got home from work. Hold on a minute, you've been working today? I thought you said you had your day off today. It's possible. I have the ability to merge multiple platforms with your Streamlabs account, connect platforms below, then change between views from the platform drop down in the top navigation. Maybe that's what I need to do. So if I say merge YouTube now, what happens? Then I get to choose the right one. Allow. Oh, I need to open meetings and stuff. Ah, I see. I see how that is. Doesn't really seem like that did the trick. Might be a restart the stream kind of situation. Shared access. No. Integration? That's Discord. Something completely different. It's like you can also merge your Facebook thing, but don't want to do that to my private Facebook account because that's not how that stuff's supposed to work. Okay, I guess I'll have to mess around with that at some other point in time. Get all that stuff working like it should. Because obviously you shouldn't be left out just because you're watching on YouTube. That wouldn't be fair. On YouTube, that would. Because the commands would still be the same. if it were like working as intended, I assume very strongly. Should we do a curse for once? We haven't done one of these in ages. Well, those were freaking structures, weren't they? Oh well, we're doing pretty well, it seems. I'm still trying to look at this. Because I'm not streaming with Streamlabs directly, I'm doing it with Streamlabs OBS. That should be okay though.
It just works.
It does, indeed. Might also be something I have to do on my Streamlabs side, something I can't like mess with right now, unfortunately. Because I'm not streaming to Twitch or YouTube directly, right? I'm doing it through like a third-party platform. Which is probably where one of the issues lies. So iPeak, how are you feeling today? You got your injection, the first injection yesterday after all, so... Feeling fine today? How's the arm doing? That's a lot of treasure chests. Some rogues or something. Bloop. Okay, I'm gonna give it a just one more Google because need to play some clone here to mimic the pain others got. Wow. Again, with that friggin' clone hero. Cloud bot on YouTube? Maybe. Of course, you get like stream scheme videos on how to do it, but it's not like I can sit and watch those right now. How do I get Cloudbot to work on YouTube and then just it's the same video? I'll figure it out until the next stream. I'll probably look at it later today. For now though, I don't really want to spend more time looking at it. But yeah, I do want to like, because I assume the reason you were asking, oh god, where did you go? It was you, right? Yeah, Wizard. I assume the reason why you asked Wizard is it because you want to participate? Is it because you want to hang out with us on the server? Or was it just out of curiosity? Or trying to be helpful? Or a mix of all? Wasn't really like something you could easily answer, eh? My bad. And what about you, iPeak? Have you figured out what you want to do today then? Because yesterday you cycled between like at least 7 or so games, right? Oh, you're on the server. I guess I don't have any reason to ask. Shut up, Mom, I'm playing Minecraft. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. It's a little bit aggressive though, don't you think? You figured out what you want to do with your island down in the south? No. Okay, okay. And no. Yeah, so your island's also back to being normal now, right? All the way in you south. I guess, okay. I mean, it should be. I suppose you didn't even know if it what it had even changed to. Oh yeah, it was like what was it again? It's currently a plains biome, so because we do have some plains biomes over here, so I'm wondering if I could have figured it out. Because basically, if I can find like a plains biome and it's like partially something else, because this is Grandlands Plateau. Oh right, so actually it wouldn't have been. I'm a dumbass. The answer is like staring me into my face, because all the vanilla biomes were fine. They didn't break at all. So for you it didn't matter whatsoever. Diamonds. Diamonds for freaking days. I'm telling you, I'm just only collecting all these diamonds just so that I can fuel a chunk loader eventually. There's probably more feasible. I fucking knew it. I knew you would do that one. I knew it. Freaking hell. I was thinking it. It works. I mean, of course it works. Why wouldn't it work?
It just works.
Oh, you say it works. Oh my god, I just mistook you for iPeak. Oh, the elevator. Cool, cool. If I weren't on the other side of the Minecraft world, I would come and take a look. But it shouldn't be too long now because I'm also running out of space. Do it now. Now. I should come over and watch you. You're the elevator. Twitch chat has the right to see. They can wait a little bit. Tell you what, once my inventory bag is full here, I'll return because I didn't bring my my shelves, storage shelves. So I'm running out of space very quickly because I can't really sort of compress it down, I suppose. Quite funny though how you could get it to work for hours couldn't get it to work for hours just today, and now you knew in the matter of minutes what to do. The brain is a miracle. Yes. Also, thanks for that follow, Shy. Appreciate it. Damn, if we keep going at this speed, we'll be at 200 followers in no time, and then I'll have to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do for an occasion like that. Which, for the last time we hit a major milestone, I did a hot tub stream. Which, if you wonder what that looks like, is archived on... no. Is archived on my YouTube channel. Playing with people, yes. I'm playing with Amopeka and iPeak. The server is owned by iPeak and is a dedicated server hosted at his place, running 24/7, but it's also open to the community. So right now there's not really anyone in the community playing apart from us free in that sense, but on occasion we do have more people in here. Yeah, there you go. It's only about 2 weeks old, the server, and it's only been open to the community for about a week or so, which means that not a lot of crazy stuff has happened yet. I know Truehamp is situated in this forest over here with Boy, and I was hanging out with Exildor yesterday. He's like situated around 3,000 or 4,000 blocks along the x-axis from spawn. So there are people out there. And it's a custom mod pack too, centered around the Create mod, which I strung together debating along iPeak of what we wanted it to be and so forth. So yeah, it's taking some time getting it set up and to a point where we're sort of happy with it, or probably just mostly I am happy with it, if I'm perfectly honest, like it usually is. But it seems to be running pretty well right now. And yeah, so the rule is like just 10 hours of watching the stream and we'll sort of you can apply to be whitelisted, basically. Assuming you want to, of course. And you're on the Discord. Like every mod pack though, this does have some quirks and things that are a little bit hacky in the way that it works, but for the most part it's pretty okay. The whole idea was to make a mod pack where we centered the focus around the Create mod, because we played I think it was MC Eternal we played at some point, and we never really got around to mess with the Create mod itself, which was a part of it. Or was it all the mod 6? Right, yeah, we did MC Eternal before that. Sorry. Thanks for that correction. So we were playing all the mod 6, which we specifically picked because it had Create as part of it. Because then we could like get into it rather easily without having to like sort of be completely clueless, since, you know, we've played modded before. So a lot of the mods that were in that pack we were familiar with, so we could get started on the basics at least. But instead of only doing the basics, we pretty much ended up doing everything without the Create mod entirely. Which essentially meant that by the time we could mess around with Create, there was just no reason to. And even if we wanted, there were some mod overlap stuff, so that if you wanted to get started with the Create mod, you actually needed to do some things in a completely separate mod first. Something to do with iron plates, I think it was. Since you needed iron plates and you couldn't make them outside of the Create mod, even though you needed it to make iron plates in the Create mod or something. There was some weird stuff going on there with some cross compatibility, as far as I remember. Could also just be that we were just being idiots and couldn't figure it out, but that's at least the reasoning why. So with that said though, we did talk about on a couple occasions that it could be interesting to try and do a mod pack where it's for the most part vanilla. Yeah, probably option 2. It's for the most part vanilla, and like vanilla plus or whatever, with the intention of using Create for making all the automation parts of the game that you would normally use pipes and all that stuff for. Just to see what it would be like. But we didn't like do it straight after ATM 6 because, you know, we wanted a bit of a break from Minecraft for a while. But then recently I brought it up again, and here we are. Instead of sort of settling on someone else's mod pack to achieve this, it did mean that we needed to make our own. And it's also still got a lot of mods that you're probably familiar with if you've played modded before. But they've been configured so that, for instance, the pipes added through, and generators and electricity added through cyclic is not there, but the mod is in itself there, just heavily reduced in what's available. So you can still get some of the enchantments and make some of the blocks, but you can't make its own conveyor belts because, you know, you're supposed to be using Create for all that stuff. What do you think is so funny, Ammo? What did I say? Wait, did that message not come through? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it did come through. Good. Oh, it was for the number 2 thing. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, that's basically the story behind the server, so... Although we've done community servers in the long distant past before, that was like... I mean, actually, we've done it for this community too, not too long ago. That was a Skyblock server, but it didn't really become too popular with people, so it didn't really last that long. And around that time I also figured, if we're doing a mod pack the next time, let's maybe do something that allows people to explore more and doesn't force people to literally make entire islands ex nihilo out of nothing, right? Not necessarily because everyone wants to explore, but just the fact that you can just pick out a place to start with and you just have to like it's easier to get started without if you're not playing Skyblock, because if you're doing modded Skyblock you kind of need to know all the mods in order to barely even get started. That was the main aim of this mod pack too. Like the reason why we wanted to keep it sort of vanilla-esque in a lot of ways is to allow you to basically play it as if it were vanilla, and then only if and when you feel comfortable enough to go further you can start messing around with the mod stuff. And that's why a lot of the mods that are on here, because there are a lot, but most of them are like cosmetic mods or add some kind of world gen that, you know, you don't need a science degree in order to engage with that at all. It's just a matter of going out and doing what you would in Minecraft regardless. Okay, yeah, I'm running out of space here. I think we'll put down these tracks possibly. And then I'll come back and take a look at the old elevator. Besides, if you want to build an elevator. Yeah. I mean, you can probably do that without Create, but it definitely becomes much easier. Oh, then a science degree comes in handy. Yeah, I mean, it does because of all the logic, but it depends. Like, making a simple elevator that just goes between two levels is not that hard. It's the whole making it play sounds and have a closing door mechanism and all that stuff which makes it really hard, isn't it? Because for all intents and purposes, you could also just brute force it, having like a literal redstone connection going from top to bottom that just connects at one point and then triggers the elevator to activate. Oh right, it's not that easy. Now that I remember, you have to change the direction of the gear. Really, I peek, really. I have had a few creeper incidents out here before. So it's not completely impossible, but come on, man. Easy if you know the logic gates and stuff and you make it advanced. I think there might need to be like some changes to these corner bits, or whatever you want to call it. Like whenever you hit that wall, it's like you get slowed down a little bit. Otherwise, this works pretty well. So if I fix those kinks at some point, then this is definitely going to be faster than going in 90-degree angle turns. Also, I'm pretty sure that over there is like a mob spawner or something. This is gonna take a hot second though. Alright, maybe I should like at least observe how it does the intersection right now, because in theory it should actually just continue straight on back home from here. Even though I haven't really made the intersection properly yet. But yeah, I was talking with Big Sealdor yesterday and he showed me what he'd been up to. He's been really busy. Hi Bentigo. What do you mean join your server modded too? Thanks for asking, but no. Got my hands occupied here. Well, not literally right now, but the server is more than enough for me. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, it worked. Nice. As expected. Oh, okay, so that was the question. Well, the rules are that you need to have 10 hours watch time on the stream, so once we know you a little bit better, basically. And then you need to be part of the Discord. Because we have it as set up as a whitelisted server. So eventually, yes, you would be able to. And you can accumulate watch time even if you're not straight up watching, like having the stream running in the background too, but the main reason is just to cut down on people that we don't know, basically. Joining the server, that is. So I hope you understand. And besides, 10 hours goes by super quick. I stream pretty regularly too, so... And not just Minecraft, mind you. Napboo, hello there. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Just got home from a long trek out from the west, where we've been building a tunnel that leads to a desert. Where do we put these glass bottles? Here, maybe? Alright, ammo, show me what you got. Okay, I can see that it is working. Wait, what? Why did that take so long? You said it was working, god damn it, and then you wanted me to rush back home, and now you're saying it's not working? God damn it, dude. I assume you were constantly tweaking it. This is our fancy ass elevator, which has kind of gotten a lot of features, but you're making the room nice. Okay. Mm. Oh my god, how do you even get over there? Fuck. It's like some parkour bullshit. There is a corridor? Ah, right. Yeah, we do have a staircase. There we go, that's a bit more. So this is just like a... Oh, okay. Welcome to the machine room in the back here. I see. Where the redstone wizard is hiding all his magic. Also, why is my game so laggy right now? Yours too? Mine not. It's probably just because of the contraptions we're making or something. Probably something to do with the factory down below. Because it's constantly spinning, right? Yeah, it was missing like a crucial component there. Well, we can take a look at stream rares, then you can see if you can fix it. 17 units, okay. Let's see. Let's try and give everyone some haste so we can get all those treasure chests. The booty. That was really easy. Why are the colors all different now? What the hell? Okay. And if we go down here, we can get through the whole thing a little bit faster, right? I guess you can also go upwards, but then we don't know what we get. Okay, let's put down a peppermint bomber. Let's do like this. Hopefully that's enough room for you guys. Oh, Ammo, how's the elevator doing? Ding, ding. That is lovely. Cool. So, do you know what I'm gonna ask now? When are you gonna make the door down here? Right delay and everything.
Wait just a minute.
Think about it. Door here? I mean, we're only on level 22, so there's plenty of room down below, right? You basically just have to replicate what you got up there to some extent. I mean, of course, there's also the whole thing about power and all that stuff. I mean, you don't have to. Yeah, I was also thinking about that. You kind of had to go, right? So, coincidentally. Well, see you later, Ammo. Anyways, nice elevator though. But yeah, the lag around here is a little bit annoying, but it's probably just because of all this junk down here. Or are you just trolling me now? I sensed it, you know. I freaking sensed it. Oh shit, it's late, see ya. I mean, it's up to you. It is your elevator build project after all. Yeah, it's definitely got to be this room down here that's causing the lag. Yeah. Whichever makes the most sense, right? Doop doop. Did I accidentally put it in here? No. Put clutches in this room. Oh, you mean so you can completely break it? Yeah. Wouldn't that be fairly easy to do because it's just these two water wheels after all, they're like running everything. I also just realized that if I put a spoke in between here, it would combine the water wheel's power, but I don't know if that would break anything. I didn't exactly like min-max everything, so it's just like kind of working. It's also like when I built this thing over here, I didn't have all the fancy things. Yeah, that too. Well, I also didn't have the fancy blocks, so this is like using way more gears than it technically needs to, so I could make this much simpler now. But again, I just needed to have something that that worked. It's not laggy enough for me to really care about it at the moment though, so for me it's whatever. Hey, let me think for a moment. Got more than plenty of materials. Maybe I should just honestly bring another bag. There goes that anvil. Did I? Oh, right. When I dropped off all the resources, it takes the minecart into the freaking system. Have coal, we have wood for torches. Cool. Well, I'll go back and start finishing up that minecart or some minecart rail thingy. So now I've gotten rid of all the materials and stuff. So it's gonna take a hot second to get across again. What's it called again? So what do you need for maglev rails anyway? Or I need that levitation lubricant. Okay, so you basically need to go to the nether before you can make this stuff. Okay. Alright, sure. You can, if you can fit it in, then might as well do it. Because there's no reason for it to run 24/7. Again, IP, gotta go to the end to build your starter house. That was literally the fucking dumbest thing ever though, when we first played ATM 6. Not this time. I mean, we already... The end portal is already open. It's right up there actually, or one of them is. I've made like a shaft and like a landing site and everything to it. I even started cutting a path through the forest so it was easier to traverse that direction, so at least from where Ammo and I are living. The southern railway doesn't go that far yet though, it only goes around like here or something. But that is also on the to-do list. This world has been connected. Oh, you mean...
This world has been connected.
Did I ever link you to the loyalty store? Pretty sure I did. Because I remember you asked me that you couldn't figure out where to do the redeems and all that stuff. But yeah, you can redeem the loyalty points called DRAC, both through the loyalty store on the in your browser, but you can also just do it through commands if you know what the particular voice or sound effect is called. So. I really wonder how fast you can go through the nether if you make those light speed rails though. Still find it funny that they're made with packed ice and these lenses. I actually think... Oh no, you need the maglev rails for that, never mind. Just about to say they're actually not that hot to make, but... Yeah, no, I forgot you needed that other thing first. Okie dokie. Now we're back here. But yeah, Ammo's been asking on a couple occasions when we should go and take out the Ender Dragon. And I've every time said, oh, I don't really have the stuff to do it. Like, sure, I have the armor and the sword, or axe I suppose, but I don't have any bow yet. I haven't bothered making one. But it wouldn't take more than a couple minutes to prepare for an end fight, really. If we went in there multiple people, it would literally be a pushover. Iping and I did look at a mod that makes the End Dragon and Wither boss fight scale based off of how many times you as a player has beaten it. And it also works together if you're going in as like a party, so it basically assigns a difficulty variable or something like that to you as a player, so that's like, which is based off how many times you've beaten it, and it does that for each player. So if you go in there alone, it just takes your number as is to figure out how strong the End Dragon, for instance, needs to be, according to, well, how well you're doing, essentially. It might have been when it spawned. I don't know if it was spawned or defeated, but the main point was just that it was per player. So if you didn't participate in the End Dragon fight on the first go, you would, you know, it wouldn't become harder for you because, you know, you didn't participate. So why should it be harder for you? But if you went in there with someone who's like beaten it, I don't know, 5 times or something, then it takes your combined difficulty scores together and gets an average. Which means that if you go in there with someone who's like done it a couple times, it's still gonna be harder, but not as hard as if that person did it on their own, theoretically. That's how it was described anyway. We didn't add it, but it does sound interesting, apart from the point when you're trying to farm the things, at which stage I don't even know how that works. But yeah, it was meant as like a way to make the boss fights more interesting. And also so that if you went in there as a team, that would be like, I can't actually remember if it does. That might actually, yeah, I would have to read up on that again now that I think about it. Because I don't know if it actually makes it harder if you go in there as a team of like, say, 5 who have never beaten the Ender Dragon before. Because all your difficulty scores are going to be the same, and that as a result, the average should just be that, like the, you know, it's the same basically as if you were to do it alone. And then if you all did it again, it would be harder. Though the mod did also change it so it would just be harder by default, period, right? It gave it 500 instead of 200 hit points as one thing. But the thing that was a little bit scary, which is why we didn't immediately test it, was the whole part about the bosses getting new abilities too. Like, at like really high difficulties, the Ender Dragon will replace crystals that have been destroyed. There's also going to be more crystals than normal, with some spawning inside the obsidian pillars in the boss fight, amongst a whole slew of other like additional effects. And then there's also the wither, right? Which normally you do want to farm multiple times too. Especially for modded stuff. And that one also got some new abilities. Which I don't know if they would carry over so well if you're trying to farm the thing. Like it might make it impossible eventually to farm the wither boss. I don't know. Like say the effects it gets are so powerful that you'd have to redesign your whole wither spawner farm thingy around those additions, which is very likely. I mean, then the question just becomes if it actually stays possible to farm it in the first place. But I don't know, we would have to like try it out to know for sure, right? It's the only way to figure that stuff out. Ah, fur. Oh, right, I hear water. I see water. There's water up there. But yeah, I'm a little bit uncertain about how the Ender Dragon fight works on higher difficulties though, because after it's beaten the first time, you have to place down the crystals, right? The end crystals. And I don't remember how are you supposed to play, like where are you supposed to place them? Because like I honestly have never done that, so I don't know. Do you just put them like specifically on the obsidian pillars, like somewhere specific? Because what happens if you remove those pillars and stuff? Oh right, yeah, the exit portal. Yes, now I remember. You're right. Right. So you put 4 in the exit portal and then it respawns the Ender Dragon. I wonder how that works with the energetic expansion, because that changes the Ender portal layout. So it's more fancy. I assume it wouldn't be a problem because they would just be placed in the same positions most likely. Because I mean, even with the energetic expansion, it's the same procedure for reviving the dragon regardless. It's just the boss itself that spawns in differently. But I don't know. I mean, for the time being, I don't think anyone really feels a need for like making the end fight harder. But we can take a look at it later if it becomes relevant, and then give it a test and see what it's like at least. You get an end gate per dragon kill. Wait, does that mean that once the Ender Dragon has been killed like 50 times, there's 50 end portals down there? Or do you just mean... So is it the exit portal you're talking about? To the other biomes. Okay, so it is that thing that I'm thinking. Yeah, so it just makes more of those? Quite crude right now, so there's a lever on the side of the clutch so that you have to flip. Okay. I mean, the whole thing down there is crude, so... you know, you're just working within the theme, I suppose. That's perfectly fine. I see. So what you're saying is that after you've beaten, or like cumulatively, like everyone's beaten in total the End Dragon 50 times, it's like 50 of those floating portals out there. Well, The reason why we get low FPS up there is probably because of the lighting effects of the sun outside. That's pretty much what I've been running with the whole time too. So that's nothing new for me. I guess if it really became a problem at that stage, you would just go in operator mode and remove them, but does it render things you can't see? No, but the lighting on the top surface is way different than underground because it renders, you know, the sun. So the shadows created from that are a different ball game than what you get from regular light sources. And when you're underground, that doesn't get rendered, so as soon as you move up to the surface, then it does. Because, like... yeah, but you're so close to the surface that it probably still does. Because shaders. Can't be sure, of course, but that's where my guess is gonna be. Oh, really? I mean, for me, it depends what direction I look in. Like, I've noticed that the forests, looking in the direction of those, creates a lot of FPS lag for me because they create a lot of shadows and they have like transparent blocks too because of all the leaves. Like, for instance, when we had that forest growing down where the village is gonna be, that was lagging me out really badly. Just those trees down there. The same with that forest across the river. The one over there on the northwestern side. Looking in that direction is always giving me lag too. Why I decided to lower my render distance, because less trees and stuff. So I'm running with a render distance of 8 at the moment. But yeah, the shaders don't really, like, they take a lot of FPS from your performance of your game, so... there you go. Yeah, it has like a massive impact. Also, there is this thing where the chunks that you walk through, they stay rendered even though your render distance is like lower, so if you move out of range, it still stays loaded in for a little bit. Oh. As far as I remember. But yeah. I would recommend staying around, like, try F3A. Or what did that do again? Oh yeah, that reloads all the chunks. Right. So that basically also makes it so that you're only rendering your 8 block or 8 chunk render distance range around you. But when you start traversing around, then it sort of keeps those loaded in. Which I've never quite understood why. I mean, if you set it to a render distance of 8 chunks, then that should always be 8 chunks, right? Optimally, of course. Just because you say it should doesn't mean that it does. But I mean, that's just what you'd expect at least. drill bot. Okay, you're Asian. Alright. It's a bit of a random thing. Weird icebreaker. Autopine has a lazy chunks. You think it keeps some of them loaded on the player side? Alright. Yeah, I did also add that mod so that you can actually have more chunks loaded than the server restricts you to. But only if they've already been pre-generated. So how are you doing, Drillbot? Maybe I should make this a little bit longer before I break it off. We're like pretty much close to the desert now though. So if we continue this direction just a little bit more and then head straight in and then make some kind of, not station, but nothing crazy. Girlfriend will be off work in about 2 hours. Drive east, so you'll head off now. Now you can rest easy knowing that the elevator works. Alright, Emma. Have a good one. I'll see you... Is that next Monday, right? At the earliest, that is. Assuming nothing else happens in between. Monday or Sunday. Alright. Well, I'll see you when I see you, regardless. Bye-bye. Okay, we've got some stream raiders, taking a little bit of break. Okay, so we just gotta destroy these rifts. So I guess we want some haste, hopefully. Or preferably. I'll use this opportunity to go and take a toilet break, so I will be right back. Don't fail me! What do you know? Victory. Cool. $50 goes to Oznet. Alright. Any particular route we want to go? Yes, if we go up and then we save one fight? No, we don't. Doesn't really matter because it's 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. It's the same difficulties though, so whatever. Same rewards too. don't quite always understand why they why there's even a choice on that pathing, because it hardly ever matters to begin with. Check back on that in about half an hour. Back to the tunneling though.
That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say.
All right. Don't know though. Still don't understand why they give you none choices. Seems a bit strange. Huh? Oh, I was like, why? Why did those blocks not disappear? But it's because someone needed to go deeper.
The final darkness is nigh.
Is it though? Are you just gonna be going down to get like nether quartz though for your chicken farm? That's at least what you told me the other day. That is usually what you do early on. Yes. Ah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I know things. More diamonds. Okay, maybe that's a bit too long. That should be okay. Need a goodbye soundbite. Okay. Got anything in mind? I've got one in mind that I could think about. Actually, why did I do that? That's freaking... Ah, okay. It wasn't exactly a lot of soapstone. It's from a YouTuber. I mean, you do realize a lot of my sound bites are literally YouTube related, right? Oh, so it's like something another YouTuber is saying. Ooh! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't know. Maybe not that one. Mad Season Show? No idea what that is. Okay. I'll figure something out, I think. As I said, I already have an idea. I've actually had that for a little while, but just haven't gone ahead and made it yet. One step at a time and all that. And usually, besides, that's also kind of what the lurk command is for. Well, I guess it's not true to a certain extent. It's more like you're lurking, right? Which is what you do when you're just... when you're leaving, but you're not really leaving. Sometimes people also use it when they're leaving, though. Hammer. Yes, Shadow Gamer, this is a hammer. Just make it for you. Okay, we can figure something out. Wouldn't be the first time I add something strange to the loyalty store. That reminds me, I still need to... Fuck, I forgot about the thing that Toto wanted. Or asked about, at least. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get it in. What up, Shadow Gamer? Just digging a tunnel that's like way too long for its own good. Or I mean, I mean, this is a train track tunnel. I think I've made this way too long now. Crap. Yeah, it will be slowed down to a crawl before you get through this. Round to here maybe then? I've been working on the railroad every day and night. Or just every night, I guess. Or every day. Just every day. Because skipping all the days, I suppose. Doesn't have quite the same tune to it, though. Every day. Hold up. Oh. I'm missing a block of redstone. Well, guess we'll just quickly make some. That works. Not necessarily that the railway is going to continue that way, but might as well plan for it, I suppose. Or not plan for it, but lay down the tracks for it. Back to making straight, simple tunnels. So much easier. So we just continue this tunnel for a little bit. And then we can make like some kind of access to the surface or something. Let's say around here. That should be fine. Damn it, out of torches. No problem, we'll just make some more. Doop. Send the soundbite on Discord, alright. I'll have a listen to it at some point. Oops. The overlay shows all. Oh, does it do that again? This is not the first time that's happened. Since, wonder how long it's been doing that today. What do you mean it shows like restream bot? Guess I'll have to take a look myself then. Well, I would have to do that anyways. Well, I did change one thing, but hopefully that's not what's causing it, because that would be really weird. But it's not improbable. Alright. Okay, that's not exactly the same as I've had in the past. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, Restream isn't perfect either. But it could be because I did the merge thingy. What happens if I do this? The fuck? That is very interesting. Could be a newer feature from Restream that I just am unaware of. Because it shows me like the icons and all that stuff. So it shouldn't be in here. That wouldn't make any sense. Guess it would be down to something on Restream. I mean, it's an online platform, so it could have been updated while I was streaming, just coincidentally. I'll just jump to stream writers while I look at this. Alright, Ammo, have a good one. Right, because what I did earlier, that has nothing to do with Restream, actually. That was all Streamlabs stuff. Well, the easy approach is just to try and restart the stream, so